Hey Jared, Big Brother Spoilers from Instagram here. So sad to see you leave last night over Cameron. How are you feeling today, the morning after your final departure from the house?
First, thanks for having me, man. And as good as it's gonna get. It's obviously everybody wants to make it as far as possible, that being to the end. And unfortunately, my game was cut short. But I'm just super grateful to have the opportunity to even play, man. So I'm pretty good.
So let's get right into it. We saw you early in the game reveal to Blue that your mom was in the game. Why did you think it was necessary to reveal this information?
I knew me and Blue were starting to create a really strong bond, and I knew that she would catch. She was already catching on to the fact that I was really close with Izzy and Sari, and I knew it would just be a super hard angle for my game personally, especially for my relationship with her, to try to work around this angle continuously, considering how close we were getting. And she revealed the secret to me very early on about her being a strategist outside of here, and I think that was her offering to me to let me know, like, hey, I trust you to the fullest extent because I'm giving you something that could really compromise my game in this house. But if I didn't give her anything in return, I felt like our relationship wouldn't be as strong. And I feel as if still that she, with that bit of information about my mom, she'll really hold true to that. And I think she'll do her best to protect my mom as long as possible.
And despite this, a few days ago on the live feeds, Blue had asked you something along the lines of, would your mom like me and would we get along? To which you said she's a nice lady and you would get along. So was Blue not know your mom's in the game? Or did she forget? Or is she playing dumb with you?
No, well, so, like there was a lot of pretty much heavy hints that Blue took from me to Blue that my mom is Sari and that my mom is in the game. Um, there was never really a direct conversation where it was like, "Hey, this is my mom. Hey, y'all want to meet each other and let's make this big happy family." But more or less, I think she knew, and I think that was just her way of keeping me comfortable about it and helping me understand that, hey, even though I may know, even though I may be speculating, you don't got to worry about me kind of jumping ship and trying to use this against you.
And after Izzy left the game, you lied to Suri saying that Izzy told Blue about your secret. And this was a theme in your game, not giving Suri all the information. So why did you choose to keep information from her and at times mislead her during the game?
A lot of the times I knew that my mom's paranoia would get the best of her. And I was really scared for her game personally if she would start to kind of like allow those things to hinder her. So there were certain things that I felt just best for my gameplay and for her gameplay moving forward. It was like, hey, it's best that you don't know this and it's best that I just handle this. And ultimately to my detriment, I feel like there were certain things that I should have took from her, certain pieces of advice that I definitely should have listened to her about. And I think vice versa also. There were certain things that I was just kind of trying to keep her at ease about. But like I said, at the end of the day, I just wanted to play my own game. I wanted to do what I thought was best, and that's what I thought was best at the time.
So going back to Blue, the two of you got very close in the house and were in a showmance. What were your tensions with her? Did you really like her, or was it all just strategy?
For sure. I think I really had a really strong and a really serious bond with Blue. One that I wasn't expecting to happen, and it actually happened by nature. It wasn't something that we forced, and we just allowed it to go with what it was going to be. We both walked in saying, "Hey, we're not doing this thing. We're not going to do a showmance. We're not going to be those people." And look at us now.
So rumors are that you had a girlfriend back at home, Kenzie. You said she was an ex-girlfriend, that she was watching your dog and running your socials. You were even giving her shout-outs during your eviction votes. Can you set the record straight on what the situation was there?
Yeah, this was also something I was very open and honest with Blue about. Was I just got out of a 7 year long relationship with Mackenzie, and it was, it wasn't something that ended on a bad note. It wasn't something that was bittersweet, and I told her regardless that I will always look at her as a friend. We shared bonds together that will always be. I always will respect her as a woman. I will always respect her as a friend, and that was just that for me. And like I said, I was really open and honest with Blue about that, and I told her that that's what it was going to be, and Blue was really receptive of it.
About a month ago, you said you had a slip up calling America the R word. Can you explain the context in which you use the word and whether this is typical language for you or not?
So for sure, this is not typical language for me at all. This is not something that I plan to use, intend to use, or that I do use in my everyday life. I'm very apologetic about it because I didn't want to come off as that kind of person, and that's just not who I am, and that's not acceptable for me, and there's just no space for that in my everyday vocabulary or in my everyday life. So I definitely wanted to get ahead of that and just allow people to understand that it's not something that I meant to do. And although that it happened, I'm definitely making sure to reflect on it and to continue to improve myself every day on a daily basis to make sure that doesn't happen again.
And going off of that, many fans are calling for your expulsion from the game because of this. So do you think it's fair that Luke was removed for hate speech, but you were not?
As far as the removal of the removal of myself and Luke, that was more or less a CBS decision that I really can't speak on to why, but I know that they took heed to it and they were very adamant on making sure that I knew what just happened and the seriousness of what just happened, and knowing that this could possibly be the end of my game moving if this was to ever be used again. And it still wasn't even a full determined decision at that point. But like I said, for the most part, I can't really speak on why someone was moving, why the other person wasn't.
And last question for you, Jared. Are you a Big Brother legend?
Ha! Big Brother legend, I think I would have had to make it to the jury house to consider myself a legend. I mean, I love my gameplay at the end of the day. I'm proud of my gameplay. I wouldn't want to toot my own horn by saying I'm a legend. If I ever did it again and I was able to make it this far further, then I would start to entertain that idea. But as of right now, I think I was just a decent player.
All right, Jared. I know you have a lot of interviews, so thank you for chatting with me, and maybe we'll see you on another show in the future.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.